Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Jurassic RimWorld Let's Play. So I've been working on the prison, or detention center, off camera a little bit, and you can see that we've made pretty significant strides. We've gotten a lot of the flooring down. There is still some terraforming to be done, and apparently I've missed a bit of it there, so let's make sure we get that. Now, unfortunately, by working on these areas, I've lost a lot of my plans. So I will have to just kind of, either go back to the old video or just reimagine them as we go. But I know that there's going to be essentially a bedroom here and a bedroom here. And then these will all be cells. This is going to be the work area, and this is like the outdoor area. One thing I'm considering, though, I'm actually going to cancel that and deconstruct this. And I'm going to ask instead that the wall be put there. I'm going to divide this in two and have just like two very narrow bathrooms in here. So essentially just bathroom stalls. And in fact, we could recess it slightly. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll put a wall there. We'll have a door here and a door here. And then this is going to go all the way back like so. So door there, and toilet. And then we can just put a sink like right on the end here or something. That way the prisoners have two bathrooms that they can access. In a pinch, the guards can obviously use that as well. And the guards will also be able to leave and, use other facilities around the base. So that's coming along. I've forbid the quarry so that Z would focus on mining this out, because that's obviously more important than whatever she's getting out of there. Also, our away team has been on quite the adventure. So their mission ended out here and they were originally traveling home, but we had a peace talk thing out here, and so I decided to send them off to deal with that, and apparently it was successful. We didn't get anything as far as I'm aware, but we didn't really engage in anything either. All that happened was we are no longer hostile with this rough Outlander union in the southeastern Hadistia. So we'll only be getting raids from the savage tribesmen and these pirates. And that's fine. I mean, they attack us frequently enough as it is. And it's not like raids will come less frequently. It just means that they're going to come more frequently from these two rather than being spread out across three. What else? Anyway, so after having visited that, we got two new missions that popped up. One of them is a bandit camp quest. This is going to give us a Spectre Code Red. I don't know what that is. I believe it's from the Rimunation mod, and it might be like a Spectre gunship air support thing. So we call it in once, and it's a one-time use thing, but, potentially just obliterates whatever we target it on. It could be something else, but I believe that's what it is. And we also got this item stash quest, which gives us a white composite chair force, so it's like a foldable chair, and then blue fuzz plaid black. I don't know what that is. Potentially a shirt. Anyways, I was more interested in the potential experience here. We don't know what sort of threats there are, but it was just south of where we were for the peace talk, so I figured I'd divert them here and then we'll send them home when they're done. Oh, one last thing though. We have 22 days on that. We'll be there within a day, so it's not a big deal. This one we have 19 days, so we will give them some rest before we send them out on that. Unfortunately, this came up later because if it hadn't, I probably would have done that instead and then gone home rather than going like so. But it is what it is. It's already happened, so no point complaining about it. We'll just have to deal with it. So, I need doors on this thing. Let's see. That's going to be under structural. What kind of doors do we have? We can just do a regular 1x1 door. I think hygiene, or the hygiene mod tabs have like a stall door. Yes. A wooden stall door is fine. I don't honestly like the look of these though, so maybe UN building, we can do steel. I kind of like just these clean wooden doors. So I'm going to ask for those to be put in there. Then we'll have, again, the toilets behind them and the sink out here on the end. Plumbing that is going to be fun because we have to run it quite far. But what are you going to do? That's pretty much it though. Nothing really interesting has happened. Although we are potentially going to see ourselves in a gunfight whenever these guys arrive. So we got that to look forward to. So otherwise, yeah, not a whole lot. These got built. So we have solar power making up the deficit. Although I was hoping we'd have a little bit better battery buildup than that. Not storing very much at all despite our pretty significant excess. Hopefully throughout the day it is still quite early in the morning. By evening, hopefully these are nearly full. Let's see. Tone is done with his mental break. Tails was able to break him out of it. We got wort rotting away. It just means they're not using it fast enough. I'm not too concerned though. The beer is not a necessity. It's just a nice little bonus now and then. All of these have been assigned, right? No. Let's see. That one needs one. Okay. Fabrication has been finished. That means we can start making components and whatnot. Not really going to matter right now though because I have nowhere to put it. It's going to end up in here. But until then, there's really nothing to be done about it. I suppose we could fit one in here as well, but I don't know that that makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. I just don't know if it's worth it because that means that we'll have somebody essentially always making components. Whereas I can make a prisoner do that and they'll be more efficient at it. So I don't know that it's worth doubling up necessarily. Let's see. We have quite a bit of cloth as well. Do we have enough for another one of these rugs? Almost. And if this stuff made it to a stockpile, I think we would. Oh, we do now. Alright, let's allow that then. We'll make one of them. Elephant self-tamed. Don't do this to me. I'm gonna have to slaughter it. I don't want to feed it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna slaughter it. I feel bad, but I don't need an elephant. I didn't need a rhinoceros, and these things keep self-taming. Do not know what else to do. Let's see. This is getting cleared out. Are we burning all this? Is that what's happening? Because I'm pretty sure I have the set to... Yeah, cremate corpses and burn apparel. But what are you burning exactly? Rumination apparel. Oh, but it's only tainted. Okay. So they're burning all sorts of stuff, but only if it's tagged as tainted. I believe. I hope. We'll see. If this thing disappears, then we'll know that's not the case. But if it remains, then we know that they're doing it right. Also, I wouldn't mind some more proper firearms. Let's ask for maybe another one to be built. By the way, I screwed up here. Well, I didn't screw up. I just was mistaken as to what this bench offered. I thought this was going to give us access to some of the Remunition melee weapons. That's the whole reason I built it. This is the close combat firearms. Not just like close combat weapons in general. So these are like pistols, shotguns, submachine guns, and PDWs. But there's actually no melee weapons in here. Although I would argue that melee weapons would in fact be close combat weapons because that's probably as close of combat as you could have, but they don't consider it that way, so there's no melee weapons in there. We'll have to figure out what bench is needed for that. I don't even know that I've seen one, to be honest, because they're all under the same tab. So this is like the Remunition tab here. So we have CQB, Rifleman, Marksman, and Heavy, and we have all of those benches. So there's the apparel one, which is separate. But there's nothing else in that tab. And since these are they alphabetical? No, they're not. But I don't see anything else that would fall under RN. Maybe we haven't done that research yet? I find that hard to believe, but it's possible. How are our batteries doing? Okay, good. That's what I was hoping for. We need to get more batteries built, by the way. Or do we have some that we've salvaged from enemy bases? No, it doesn't look like it. Been doing quite a lot of that in the Fallout playthrough, but in this one, not as of yet. Also, this thing needs some power, so I'm going to run a conduit there. Oh, looks like they've arrived. Okay. So let's hop over there. What are we looking at? Potentially an ambush. This is where the item's going to be located. I think we should get in here. If we can make it there before we get attacked, that is. It's possible we don't get attacked at all. But let's go like here to here to there. And again, if we get ambushed, we'll stop and take cover. Otherwise, we'll set up in here, and Reiker or somebody will crack this thing open and grab the item. Ambush, ambush. I don't think it's coming. Maybe when we open this, but it sure doesn't seem like it. Okay, Gomez, you're going to hold down this one. Reiker, you're gonna guard that one, and let's see, claim the doors. Bruce, get in there. Reiker, cover here. Anything? No, I think we're clear. Well, it makes sense. It's just a chair and some clothes. But hey, we got free stuff, I guess. So let's have them leave. Take that. We'll obviously take, we've got that mech serum. That's an expensive chair, so I guess that was worth it. And apparently these clothes are worth quite a bit. I don't know what blue fuzz, that must be something added by 1.0 that I haven't come across yet. Okay, and we go home. We have just enough food, perfect. And they'll forage a bit as well. Although I think all the food that they have at this point is from foraging. Alright. We need to get that powered up. At least this one's going. I haven't really noticed anything coming by to buy stuff from us, though. Or sell, for that matter. Right. So this has all been terraformed. That is perfect. Let's get these walls in, like so. And then I think I was going to do 5x4 rooms. So this is 4. That's also 4. So I think that needs to come out to there. And then go down. I think that is roughly how I had it designed. Well, let's do that. Put the floors in where they're missing, and in fact I think we need to... Right, we have to floor everything because these walls don't work properly. So let's do that. We got plenty of wood, nothing to worry about there. We'll need to furnish those bedrooms. We'll need to light this. We'll need to get it roofed off, but let's get the floors and stuff down first. And we're not done mining there yet. I guess Z's asleep. Okay, well that makes sense then. Right, so I was going to do this before, but I got distracted by the CQB bench thing. So I wanted to make another M4, or M16, excuse me. So let's make 2 of those. Again, I want that to sort of be our standard weapon that we issue. I think Tone needs one, and I believe you're actually a pretty good shot too. Yeah. And I don't know that we'll give Elijah a better weapon necessarily. I mean, we might give him a better weapon, but not one of those, because he's not somebody that's ever going to be going away on missions. He's more just somebody that can whip out a gun and help us defend when necessary. So, he doesn't need to be fully kitted out or anything, just so long as he has a weapon that will work. Let's make sure we forbid all these. Oh, hello. That is a Spinosaurus that just kind of wandered into our base. Now, hopefully he'll just decide to hunt some boar. But I'm not really too keen on dealing with this guy with these people away. Granted, Tails, you do have bolas, right? So we could bola this thing. And I would love to capture it. I just don't know where I would hold it. Because we have nothing set up for that yet. Like, nothing at all. And this being a carnivore, I would have to feed it. I couldn't just let it graze on its own. So I'm just going to try to leave it be. But something tells me it's not going to cooperate. Again, if it wants to hunt my boar, that's fine. I've got more boars than I know what to do with at this point. And I really should be slaughtering them, to be honest. But since I don't have to feed them, they're just eating the grass and whatnot, I don't really care. Eventually, you know, I will need to care, but right now I don't. But yeah, if this thing wants to eat them, that's fine. But if it decides to eat like Red or Allison, I'm not okay with that, and we'll have to kill it. Okay, so Amanda decided to start making guns for us. That's fantastic. As long as somebody's getting on it, and somebody that's fairly competent, which she is. And I didn't bother to specify like how good the person needed to be to do it. So that's great for us that somebody competent decided to jump on it, not somebody that would have screwed it up. What else do we have going on here? It looks like we're finally getting this mined out. Now, with the walls in, we don't need any supports in here, but we do need to be careful in how we're building the walls. Let's get that in now. Hopefully they'll build it soon, and then I don't have to worry, but otherwise we'll have to be, again, very cautious how we mine this. Alright, we got more plant pots to install. It looks like we're basically done with the entire hotel. Obviously we'll need them for other bedrooms, but at least we have them in all of these rooms, or at least all but one of them. So I think whenever... Who's been working on that? I've already forgotten. Let's see. I believe I said it to someone specific. No, I said anybody 7 or better. Okay. Well, who would that be? Is that you? No, obviously not. Could have been Amanda, but obviously she's preoccupied. So maybe that's why they haven't been getting done. I think she's been focusing on those weapons. Did you already knock one out, by the way? No. So this is the first one still. But at least she's making progress on it. And these guys, God, they've been moving slow. They're going to run out of food, but it's not really going to matter. 0.4, yeah. They're going to go like a couple hours without food. It really won't hurt them. Let's get back over here. So how is this coming along? I need to figure out a little bit more about what I want to do in terms of security. I think what I'll do for at least one phase of it is, this is going to be a 3-wide door. I'm going to probably wrap some chain link fence around like this. We'll have a gate there. And we'll have like a turret in either spot there. I'll probably pull these whenever we don't need them. And so I would just have, you know, like one there and one here. That way if anybody tried to escape, this is the only exit. And they'd have to get through 2 doors. And if they decided to do that, they'd be getting shot at by the turrets the entire time. Granted, I'd love to have turrets that wouldn't necessarily be using lethal force. But, you know, I don't think we're going to be able to find anything like that. So, better than nothing. I completely forgot to terraform these 2. Or did they get terraformed to the wrong thing? Because I feel like those were not needing terraforming before. Whatever. As long as they get terraformed now. That's all that matters, I suppose. So that's under fences, right? Fences, fences. My microphone's in the way. Fences. Okay. So we need a fence gate as well. So it's our little like checkpoint almost. And then we'll do the same glass doors. They're not going to try to break out. What they'll do is when there's a prison break, they essentially are just able to pick locks and they do it really fast. So they'll just go through the doors. They can get right through them. It's just, I guess what I'm trying to say is that the durability of those doors doesn't matter because they're not breaking them. They're just opening them, even though they're technically locked. Oh, look at all that cloth coming in. I think we can make a few rugs at this point. Let's actually allow both of those. And I know nobody's going to haul that, at least not with any sort of haste. But hopefully we can get those rugs done. In fact, I'll allow all of them, or at least all of these. They ran out of food, but they're basically here. So it didn't matter. They actually got here faster than anticipated. Bingo! Okay, let's see. Beds are still assigned properly? Yeah, Reiker and Tails. Bruce, where's your bed? Bruce is still there. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, it appears to have worked out fine. Oh, and Gomez is there. Great. I need other things in these bedrooms. I just don't know what. I'd like to get more animal beds. How much more of this? I think I can make 3 more of these in this color. I have to do it after the rug gets built. It won't let me queue up 2 blueprints in that spot. That's not a problem. I want to fill this in a little bit. Who's got issues? Gomez. I feel like Gomez and Tone always having issues. She's just really tired, ratty apparel, and she hasn't had a chance for any recreation. Why is your apparel ratty? Let's take a look at that. So her Cloth Tank Explorer Red is damaged. Let's get her a new one. We'll just make one. Because this is not working as intended. So, yeah, we'll just make a new one. Tank Explorer Red. And I'll ask that to be done out of cloth. And I'd like somebody fairly competent to do it, if that's okay. Cool. So that'll help her mood. Obviously she needs to kind of just blow off some steam as well. I think she's going to go to sleep. Hopefully in the morning she gets up and decides to do a bit of maybe archery practice or something. Let's see. Social is the only thing she gets a lot of passion from, or a lot of joy from. Outside of, you know, just regular recreational things. But, for example, if she'd had... Actually, I forget if they still get it with 1. But if she'd had 2 passion here, like she does with social... Uh-oh, we're out of power again. She would gain joy just from, you know, firing her rifle at stuff. But she's not there. Okay, we need more power. Solar panels are helping, but they're not getting the job done. I think this is going to have to get built. That was the closest one, if I'm not mistaken. That's pretty close too, but we haven't really expanded in that direction yet. So I think this is actually more viable to protect. So let's allow that, and I will ask that the plants get cut that are in the way. And then we will, of course, need conduits run to it. Now, that's probably the biggest issue because I have no conduits out there so far. I almost wonder if... I mean, that's going to have to run pretty far as well. So, this will need conduits eventually. Let's just run it straight through there so it's at least covered by some of these walls. So we can go across. through here. Okay, so we have a bit of an issue here. I have a ton of fecal sludge. Like so much. It's starting to back up. But I have a ton of chem fuel too, so I'm going to have to increase this bill. I'm going to ask that... I'm just going to double it, I guess. I'm going to say 600. That's probably easier to just type it at this point. Unpause at 5. No, unpause it like 595 or something. Okay, that should help because we just weren't processing fecal sludge and it's starting to build up, so it needs to get dealt with one way or another. Hopefully somebody will immediately jump on that job. Is that what Woody's heading out to do? Yeah. Good. As long as somebody's doing it. And we do go through it quite fast because they use 70 at a time. But we have a lot to go through. It's building up over here as well. What we'll need to do, and we are getting near there through our research, but where is it? I forget. I'll have to like dig through all of this. But there is something that essentially lets us process the waste and not need to actually extract it and turn it into stuff. And so that would be a nice compromise between having to turn it all into chem fuel or having to harvest all of it and turn it into chem fuel. Instead, we would harvest some and turn it into chem fuel and then just reprocess the rest. But I don't remember where that research is. We'll have to find it. It's in here somewhere. It's just my research tabs are such an absolute disaster because of this mod. Everything's all scattered. Well, it's not the research mod's fault. It's all the other mods, really, that's causing this. But it wouldn't be in here. This is all the UN stuff. I want to say it's like up here? No. It's not that. Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard because nothing is in any coherent order. Like you have weapons there and then they jump and spread across that way. What would that be? Sewage treatment right here. How did I miss it? Yeah, let's add that on there. Because that will greatly help us. Okay. We're very zoomed in on that bush. So I think I'm going to build some more hospital beds as well. Because I do have a little bit of components built up. So I think I wanted them here. Yeah, we'll do one there and one there. Do I want to spend 20 components or is 10? It's 2 beds enough right now. I'm just going to do it. Future proof a little bit here. And then if I wanted like IV supports, what do those cost me? They're kind of expensive in terms of medicine, but we are producing our own medicine now. What else do we have? Like, I wish it was clear what these did. Let's see if I plop that down and click on this. Again, it's really not clear what it does. And that's kind of important. We also have instrument tables, vital sign monitors, which we know help. But again, is it worth putting down one of these versus like an IV support? I don't know yet. I'll have to see if there's a way where I can actually check the stats on that and decide on the best one. Otherwise, it's, again, kind of a crapshoot and maybe not really worth guessing. Oh, right, I have extra mini turrets. Nice, so I don't even need to displace the other ones. Should this be outside? Yeah, I didn't think so. I need to get that indoors. Who can do that for me? Elijah, come over here real quick and pick this up. Okay, and then just drop it in here, I guess. As long as it's inside somewhere, it's fine. So drop that down. I'm gonna forbid it. That way it only ever gets used if I manually decide to use it. They shouldn't ever pick it up anyways, but I'm not willing to take that chance with something like that that's so valuable. That could, you know, potentially bring a colonist back to life if they die. Albeit maybe a little bit messed up in the head and whatnot, but still, that's a pretty valuable item, so I don't want to take any chances with it. None at all. Alright, stuff is coming along here. Let's see. I would like some bathroom furnishings to get going. What have we been making our bathroom furnishings out of? That's a good question. Steel, it looks like. So I'll just copy these then. We'll want one there and one here. And I would like a steel sink right there. Or wash basin. Or just a basin, as the game calls it. Okay. I might change the floor in there too, but for now, just plain wood is fine. I do need more of it, however. That's the wide wood floorboards. We need to make sure that all of that is floored with it, and this as well. And I don't know if I'll be doing this with wood floors or concrete. Concrete's probably fine. I suppose either way I should have a transition. I do like the steel grating as a transition, so I'll lay that in there, just like I've done here. Anything else? They got that done awfully quick. I'm guessing we're out of materials for these. Yeah, we are. Why is that? Let's take a look. We're not making basic components. Any particular reason? Oh, this is the wrong bench. I think it's this one. No. Which one is it? Is it not this? I think we're making it maybe here? Yeah, why are these paused? That one we have a ton of. Basic components, we have 50. So what are we missing? Metal grids. We have metal grids. Concrete, right? Concrete would be... I thought that was this one. Yeah, so we have no concrete slabs. And no paint. We are not producing stuff fast enough. Why is that? Like, Elijah, what are you doing right now? Okay, you're shooting arrows. What were you doing 10 minutes ago? And Amanda, you're making guns. That's fine. You've got an excuse. Is this hopefully the second one, or did you just like restart? Okay, so she made a gun. It went somewhere. There it is. Normal quality, not bad. Tone, that's going to be your gun, I think. Although Z is somebody that could potentially make her way onto our away team, so we might need to get her one as well. Right now they're equal in terms of skill. But she has a lot of uses around the base, whereas he doesn't, except for cleaning. And with his medical skill, he is kind of useful out in the field as a combat medic. So I do think he's the first choice for this. Go ahead and equip that. And do you have any sort of like... Oh, you do have a bit of body armor. Okay. He's so thin, it's really hard to tell. I was going to give him this, but I think what he's wearing now is fine. And is that going to be it? I think that is where we'll call it. Oh, we've got a lot of marble. Hopefully we start using that. I have plenty of projects queued up for it. It's just not getting used. Oh, before we do end it though, I'll give you guys our daily check-in on boss. So resistance remaining 13. Oh, that's my fault. Because we were trying, or this was actually a while back, and I don't know how long I've been making this mistake. But we were trying to recruit somebody else with a inspired recruitment, and so we didn't want to waste it on him because he was already fairly easy to recruit. So I took him off of recruitment to make sure it didn't get wasted on him, but I forgot to put him back on. And so this whole time we haven't been working on his resistance, so that's my fault. I forgot to switch that, but we should be seeing that make some progress now. And given how low his recruitment difficulty is, once we're through that resistance, which should only take a few days, he'll probably join almost instantly, and we should be treating him with some sort of medicine. Anyways, that's where I'll leave it for today, so thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some RimWorld with you, and I look forward to seeing you guys back here for the next episode.